Hello, I'm Daisy. I work at Exploding Kittens, and I'm here to explain how to play Exploding Kittens Good versus Evil. The game is simple. There is always a few exploding kittens shuffled in the draw pile. You play the game by putting the draw pile face down and taking turns drawing cards until someone draws an exploding kitten. When that happens, that person explodes and is out of the game. All the other cards in the game will help you avoid drawing the exploding kittens. For example, you might play a card that lets you reveal the top few cards before drawing, or a card that lets you force another player to draw instead of you. Players keep playing and drawing cards until there's only one player left, and that person wins the game. Basically, if you explode, you lose. If you don't explode, you win. To get started, set the Good versus Evil playmat to the side and place the God Cat and Devil Cat cards face up on their spots on the playmat. These cards are easy to find because they're the only two cards with different backs. Next, gather all the other cards and remove all 4 exploding kitten cards from the deck. Put them aside for now. Then remove all 6 of the diffuse cards and give 1 to each player. If there are any left over, shuffle up to 2 of the remaining diffuse cards back into the deck. If you have more than 2 extras, put them back in the box. You won't need them. Diffuse cards are extremely powerful. They're the only cards that can save you after you draw an exploding kitten. So try to get as many diffuse cards as you can. Shuffle the deck and deal 7 cards face down to each player. Everyone should have 8 cards total now. Look at your cards, but keep them secret. The final step is to shuffle the correct number of exploding kitten cards into the deck. You need as many exploding kittens as the number of players minus 1. So, if you're playing with 3 players, shuffle 2 exploding kittens into the deck. If you're playing with 4 players, shuffle 3 exploding kittens in. You get the idea. Put any extra exploding kitten cards back in the box. You won't need them. Give the deck a good shuffle and put it face down in the middle of the table. That's your draw pile. Leave some room for the discard pile as well. Now pick a player to go first and continue clockwise around the table. When it's your turn, the most important thing is not draw an exploding kitten. There are 2 parts to your turn: play or pass, and then draw. Play or pass means you can play any of the cards from your hand, or pass by playing none at all. To play a card, just put it face up in the discard pile and follow the rules on the card. You can play as many cards as you like, or pass to play no cards at all. When you're done playing cards, you must draw the top card from the draw pile and hope it's not an exploding kitten. Let's look at an example. Let's say it's your turn, and you have a bad feeling about the top card in the draw pile. In your hand, you have a Reveal the Future 3X card, which allows you to show everyone the top 3 cards in the draw pile. So you decide to play it by placing it face up in the discard pile. When you look at the top 3 cards, you see that the top one is an exploding kitten. If you draw that card, you'll explode and be out of the game. So before drawing, you decide to play another card from your hand, a shuffle card. This card allows you to shuffle the draw pile. After giving the pile a good shuffle, you decide to risk it and end your turn by drawing the top card, hoping it's not an exploding kitten. Remember, you draw a card to end your turn. Play or pass, then draw a card and hope it's not an exploding kitten. Play or pass, then draw. Play or pass, then draw. Play or pass, then draw. Got it? Well, you blow up. Unless you have a diffuse card. Remember when I told you to try to get as many of these as possible? That's because if you draw an exploding kitten and you have a diffuse card, you can play the diffuse card instead of exploding. Play a diffuse card by placing it face up in the discard pile, and then you get to secretly put the exploding kitten face down in the draw pile anywhere you'd like in secret. You can hold the cards under the table so no one can see where you put the exploding kitten. You can put the exploding kitten on the bottom of the deck, 2 cards down, somewhere in the middle, or you want to hurt the player right next to you. Just secretly put it back on the top of the pile. If you draw an exploding kitten and you don't have a diffuse card, you explode and you're out of the game. Take your cards and the exploding kitten that blew you up and put them face down in front of you. All the other players continue playing without you. If you're the last player who hasn't exploded, you win. The playmat and the God Cat and Devil Cat cards that live on top of it are used to play Armageddon, a battle of good versus evil between the players. This is triggered when someone plays the Armageddon card. When you play Armageddon, you and a player of your choice have a chance to get either God Cat, the most powerful card in the game, or Devil Cat, which explodes unless you can defuse it. When you play the Armageddon card, you'll grab the God Cat and Devil Cat cards from the playmat, shuffle them, and look at them in secret. Then you'll place one face down in front of you and one face down in front of any other player, so that only you know which is which. Without looking at the cards, the other player must decide to keep the card in front of them or swap with the card in front of you. Once they've made their decision, flip over both cards. The player with God Cat in front of them gets to add it to their hand. The player with Devil Cat in front of them immediately explodes and must play a diffuse card or die. Either way, put the Devil Cat card back in its spot on the playmat. The player who got the God Cat card gets to keep it in their hand. There are 3 Armageddon cards in the deck, but you can only play one if both God Cat and Devil Cat are on the playmat. This means that if you explode from Devil Cat, put it back on the playmat instead of the discard pile. And after you play God Cat, put that card back on the playmat as well. If you have any other questions about how a particular card works, just read the field guide. That's it. Have fun!